Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, I think one thing you guys are really going to care about this week, which you see in the title and the thumbnail of this video, in that Swampfest 2020 has been completely canceled now. There is a video in the first link in the description down below with Trey Jones talking to Kyle Carlson about all of it, all of the details, and everything that you might want to know and might be questioning about this decision and about Swampfest in general. So I definitely recommend that you guys check this one out. It's kind of a really huge bummer, but also a little bit of a relief kind of at the same time, just because now we don't have to wonder if it's going to happen or if we're going to go or if we should take the time off of work or if we should spend the money on those plane tickets or anything along those lines. And I do feel for all of the people who already spent that money, already took that time off of work for a second time, and already made the arrangements for this. It really, really sucks. But what would suck even more is if we all planned to go to Swampfest and we all spent that money, took that time off work, arranged everything, then got down there and we're all there, 3,000 people, everybody's having a good time on the first night, and then boom, cops come in, everyone comes in, we all have to leave, and the event is just completely over with anyways. That would really, really suck. And so while yes, I'm super bummed that Swampfest 2020 isn't happening, I'm even more excited for Swampfest 2021 because the fact that it couldn't happen this year means that Trey Jones is probably gonna go off even more for next year's Swampfest, which they have like a tentative date for, but realistically, and as Trey says in the video, no one really knows what's gonna happen with everything going on. So I'm pretty bummed out that it isn't going to happen this year, but I'm glad that Trey made what he felt like was the right decision for everyone involved. And like I said earlier, if you guys want to hear his thought process and concerns and everything to do with this, the link is in the description down below. And with that, I am very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Did you already have things booked and planned and paid for and time scheduled off work or anything like that? Or do you think this is a terrible idea, great idea, he should have had it, shouldn't have it? Let me know in the comments down below. Then the next thing that I want to talk about and highlight this week is that the E-Feast contest that we talked about previously is up and going on right now, at least the park version of it. So everyone has from July 27th, which was a couple days ago, up until August 4th to film and submit their videos for voting. And the voting is going on right now. As soon as your video gets up there, you can get people to start voting on it. And the way that this is going to work, like I said in the previous video, which if you guys missed and you want to see all of the specific details behind this contest and how everything is going to work, it's in the description down below. It's a previous news video and you can skip to that part. But the way that it's going to work right now for this preliminary part of the contest is that it's a 50% fan vote and a 50% judge vote. So with this, you can head over and check out some of the already submitted videos and vote if you want to. And some of the people whose name you might recognize that are already submitted in here are Mike Varga, Jaden Chipman, Irek Rizev from Russia, Marcus Christopher's in here. We've got Eli Kravitz. That's a name that I was excited to see in here because he's kind of a new up and coming BMX rider and he's entering the pro class of this contest with a really, really well done video. And on that, I wanted to speak on the rules for this contest in general because I wasn't quite sure how actually filming and putting together this video might work. And literally, it is about as loose as it could possibly get. The length has to be 60 seconds or less. You have to use their bumper that goes on the front that they provide you. You have to use cleared music for it. And then basically it says to just make the best video that you possibly can make as far as quality and lighting and filming itself goes. There's no restrictions on this has to be like a run that's planned out and it's just a run that you're making. It can be edited together. It even says that if you cannot possibly get out and film new stuff, you can use older footage which already exists, but the judges will take that into account. And on the note of the judges, the beginning part, like I said, is 50% fan vote, 50% judges. And I feel like at this point, it's kind of a video contest because judges are actually judging this thing and it counts for 50% of it. But the 50% fan vote is kind of up in the air and I'm not sure how I feel about it because it literally just makes it a popularity contest. And when it gets to the actual end, I don't think the videos are going to matter at all. It's just going to matter who has the biggest fan base and who wants to put the most work in to get their video voted on the most to win, because if you guys didn't know, the winner of this is determined by 100% fan vote. After this preliminary round, it's voted on entirely by the fans and the people. So it's legitimately going to be a popularity contest and who wants to put in the most work, which on one hand definitely is something that you could give merit to, because whoever's going to put in the most work to try and win this contest and get the most votes is going to win this huge prize money which is put up for this online contest. But at the same time, I personally feel like this kind of takes away from the video contest aspect of it, because the best video might not win this. It might be the person with the most fans and the person with the most work ethic who has a decent or a good video. And with that, I watched almost all of these videos so far, and I wanted to say that Marcus Christopher, hometown Ohio guy, has a really good video, which if you watch and you think it deserves a vote, you should vote for it. Another one that I really enjoyed was Irek Rezev's video, and you just have to check it out to see why. The concept and the thought put into it and how well done the video actually was. It was a really well done video, and I think that was my personal favorite. So with that being said, get on over to the website, check out the videos, vote if you want to. Voting's super simple. You just put your first and last name as well as your email address. You'll get an email, you'll click verify, and that's all you have to do. So get over, check it out, vote. Let me know in the comments which ones were your favorites, which one was your top favorite, and which one you voted on, and who you think should win, and what you think about this 50% fan vote, 100% fan vote for the win concept that they are doing. I was super psyched on it at first, but now I'm not really sure. So after that, we've got some sponsorship news in that DeMarcus Paul is no longer riding for Volume and is now riding for GT. So unlike sometimes whenever this information doesn't come out right away and we see that a rider's off of a company and then we wait months to find out what company he's on next, it's all within about the same week that we find out that DeMarcus Paul is not riding for Volume, is now on GT's team. And this came with a quick video up on GT's YouTube page that's just under a minute and a half long, with DeMarcus Paul absolutely shredding in the streets and doing some pretty awesome Smith variations on rails. And one thing that I want to say that I feel like I'm reiterating right now from previous news videos is I feel like GT is a company that is just doing it right now. If you look at everything they're doing right now to promote their riders, they're constantly putting out little videos with each and every single one of their riders, promoting them with pictures and all of this other stuff. I think that Jeff Z is definitely a really good team manager to have on GT, and he's just bringing on all of these riders who are so different. That's another thing that I love about this. You've got all the different styles of riders, from trails to street to skate park riders, people like Mason Ritter, and now you've got DeMarcus Paul in there, Tate Roskelley, bringing on all these just varying styles of riders, and I love seeing it. And with that being said, I'm super psyched for DeMarcus Paul, and I think that a lot of you guys probably are as well. Then the last thing I wanted to highlight this week is a jam called the Pedal for Peace jam that went down in Long Beach this week, and I'll just read what they've got up on the RBMX website with the video recapping this jam. It says that these are tumultuous times we're currently living in, and whatever your beliefs may be, if you want to make a difference and help make a change, you need to speak up and act. That's exactly what Long Beach local Linwood Monk did with Pedal for Peace. To say that Linwood is outspoken about his beliefs is an understatement, and this past weekend, he channeled that energy in a positive direction with Pedal for Peace. The ride began at Long Beach City Hall and ended at a jam with a box jump / hip setup at the beach parking below Bixby / Cherry Park. And it says that the event quickly turned into a melting pot of people from all walks of life getting together, having a good time. Change doesn't happen overnight, but every effort helps us all in moving in the right direction. And Pedal for Peace did exactly that. So this is a super awesome thing that happened in BMX, and I wanted to make sure that I highlighted it for you guys to see. But now we can move on to the videos from this week. And the first one I wanted to mention quickly is another promo for Nathan Williams' Why Not video that's coming out in like a week now. And it's called The Ones That Got Away, and it's literally a crash compilation, and it is absolutely insane. I don't like watching people crash, so I kind of just clicked through it, but some of the crashes in here are so incredibly just like crazy to think about that he was trying these things. And I feel like with the determination that Nathan's showing in some of these clips, and the fact that the description just says that these are some heavy slams and near makes, we're probably going to see some of the actual makes of these exact clips in the Why Not video. And I'm sure that there's at least a few of you out there that enjoy a good crash compilation, and this is definitely a good crash compilation. Then after that comes Tom Dugan's human cannonball video from Fit, and holy crap, if you guys want to watch some gnarly stuff, the human cannonball definitely describes this very well. Tom Dugan drops off all kinds of roofs and crazy drops and does some technical stuff in here as well, and this is just an all-around really good video. Then comes a video with Dan Foley called Quarantine Clips. This is all self-filmed clips, kind of like what we're used to from Dan Foley. It feels like not much changed as far as writing goes with everything that is going on for Dan Foley, but this video is what you would expect from him. It's just classic Dan Foley, and I definitely think that you guys are going to enjoy it. Then after that, we've got a video that kind of goes in a different direction than the ones that we talked about previously, in a video from Mickey Fleck called Ride Fast, Have Fun, and it comes from United. Then after that, we've got a couple other videos that are worth talking about this week. There's two videos that kind of go in the opposite direction of what I just talked about, which I absolutely love the fact that I can do this every week, in that we've got a Flatland video from Matthias Dandois called City Links, and it comes from Vans. And then we've got a video calling the shots with Alex Heim. And in watching this video with Alex Heim, you just have to sit back and appreciate how many crazy variations that he did in what I'm presuming is just one evening at the skate park. And I feel like you also have to appreciate how good his 360 to fakies on quarters look and how dialed they are in order to set him up for fakie tricks the way that they do. I definitely think that anyone who enjoys park riding and lip tricks will love this Calling the Shots video with Alex Heim, and it's only 1 minute and 21 seconds long. Then after that, we have the news that the entire A Day Late and $1 Short video, which kind of helped put Stephen Hamilton on the map in BMX, is online in full for you guys to watch, all almost 40 minutes of it. So if you guys want a longer video and you want a blast from the past, there's one online for you to watch. And then after that, we've got the next video in the Powers Bike Shop Game of Bike Championship series that they've had going on for a little while now. This game is between Dan Conway and Adam Ganadin, and it's at a concrete skate park, and it's 35 minutes long. I would definitely say that this is the best game so far, and they went back and forth for quite a while up until the end, where I'm not going to say who won. I'm just going to let those of you who care check it out for yourselves. Then from there, we can move into the interviews from this week. The first one that I want to talk about is a video bike check with Chris Childs for S&M. And then there's another video bike check. This one comes from Sunday, which is kind of ironic because Chris Childs left Sunday to ride for S&M. Just randomly noticed that. This one is with Murray Laubser, and it comes from Sunday, like I said. Then we've got a non-video bike check. This one is with Justin Dowell, and it's got a couple interview questions in it as well up on Vital BMX. And then after that, we had the results from the Battle of Hastings 2020 qualifier, which Daryl now went through and talked about all of these videos, which is cool on its own level. Daryl giving his kind words and thoughts on these videos as he's revealing the results. But the results are in, and I've got to give a shout out to third place because Gage Sharp is from here in Ohio, and he got third place, which is super awesome. And if you guys don't even remember what I'm talking about, Source BMX did a video contest, a street video contest for a qualifier for the Battle of Hastings, where the winner gets sent to the Battle of Hastings 2020. And now we can talk about second place, who is the one who I personally felt like should have won this contest, and that is Joe Foley. And then the winner was Grant Uberoff, and that's okay in my book because those two could have been flipped back and forth, where either of them could have won this and it would have been completely fair. So Grant Uberoff has earned himself a spot at the 2021 Battle of Hastings because unfortunately no one from the US is allowed to go over and travel to go to the Battle of Hastings 2020, but the people of Source BMX were cool enough to extend this to 2021 so that he will have the spot that he earned in a Battle of Hastings contest, even though he can't be there for this year's. And with that, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts on the results of this contest, so leave them in the comments down below. Let me know if you think it was fair that Grant won, or if you think someone else should have won or placed higher, or if you think it was totally fair that he won. After that, we've got a video with Ryan Nyquist called Welcome to My Backyard, where he gives a tour of his backyard ramp. And then we've got another Unclicked podcast, this time with DeMarcus Paul. I've only had a chance to listen to like the first 20 minutes of this one, but so far it's really good. He talks about the situation with him leaving Volume and everything that unfolded with it and how it happened, and he handled it really well, and just talking about things in a very professional manner, as DeMarcus Paul always does. And he is definitely towards the top, if not at the top of my list, for one of the people who are just the most professional BMX riders that there is at the top of the game right now. And with that being said, please let me know your guys' thoughts on the E-Feast contest that we talked about earlier, as well as Swampfest being canceled and the Battle of Hastings qualifier contest, or anything else that you guys have thoughts on that I talked about in this video. If you enjoyed it and you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below so that we can see you tomorrow for another video and next week for another BMX news video. I want to thank you guys all for being here and watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.